Hi guys, I'm Jessica Walters, the Health Fitness Program Manager at Miter and McLean, and today I'm going to guide you through your super amazing 3-round, 7-minute circuit workout, no jumping, focusing on upper body, core, and abs. We are going to start in 3 amazing minutes. If you have some cans or some light weights that you can hold on to, grab them. If you don't have cans or light weights, or if you need something a little bit heavier, think about putting some cans into a bag, and the way that you can be holding a bag, as long as you still can find some, straightness in your wrists, that your bag isn't so heavy that it makes your wrists all weirdo, so that you can use a bag that might be a little bit heavier than your individual can. All right, we're gonna start in, I think, 3 minutes. Yep, see you guys in 3 minutes. Make sure you got some water as well. Make sure you have water. And get that game face on and be ready to have a good time. We're gonna do some incline push-ups today. So make sure that there is a wall or a table or a chair or something that you're using for your incline push-up. If you don't want to do an incline push-up, feel free to do a regular push-up or a modified push-up on your knees. It's really dark in my apartment. Let's turn on all the lights we can. That made a difference. Oh my gosh, I'm serious itch. Serious itch. 1 minute till we get started, everyone. Scratching the holy moly out of my foot. Oh man. Anyone doing anything fun for Memorial Day weekend? Tell us about it. Do you have a private beach house somewhere that you'd like to invite us to when you're finished with it? Let us know. Where is my clock? It's a very good question. It's a very good question. I lost it. How did I lose it? Okay. Well, it is what it is. Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming. It's 12:15, so let's go ahead and get started with today's upper body, core, ab focused HIIT circuit. So find some space for yourself. We're gonna get started with our feet planted down on the floor, about hips width distance apart. Feel free to grab onto your light weights right now if you want to for this warm up. Nothing too heavy. We're gonna start with some shoulder warm up. I don't want you to go for a circle. I want you to actually find 3 different points for this shoulder move. So you're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades up, feet ground into the floor, belly tight, back, scapula coming towards each other, and then down. That's it. Up, back, down. Try not to roll through it. Really just squeezing, engaging as much as possible. And make sure you're still breathing. 10 more. Up, back, down. Totally normal to hear some crunching and cracking. Just start noticing what's happening with your feet right now. Where are you putting the weight? Is it equally divided through your heels, your big toe, and your pinky? Are you starting to roll towards the outside of your feet or towards the inside? And just Work to ground those feet on the floor. 3 more right here. Up, back, down, up, back, down. Last one. All right, feel free to shake it out a little bit if you need to. Next move that we're gonna do is with our hands, palms facing down towards the floor. So take a moment before you get started. If your shoulders are rolled forward, really find that lift in your chest. Pull those shoulders back. Chest lifted. Go ahead, inhale up towards shoulder height and exhale down. If you find that the weight that you grabbed is too heavy for you, feel free to let go of that weight. Just practice lifting those hands, palms up in the direction of your shoulders while still keeping that chest lifted and your back engaged. Notice if you're overarching that back, slight tuck of the pelvis, you can take a bend of your knees. 5 more. 5, 4, 3. Make sure you're still breathing. Exhale on the exertion. 2 and 1. Same thing, out to the side. So up and out. Just lifting those hands, palms as much as you can while keeping your shoulders in one line. So if lifting your hands, palms up makes your shoulders crunch up. Don't go quite as high. Maybe you're only lifting to right here while still having that chest lifted and back engaged, and that's totally okay. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Go ahead, put your weights down if you're holding some. We're going to keep warming up that chest. Go ahead, bring your hands, palms together in front of you, feet together. We're going to draw back like we're pulling an arrow. That elbow leads back, your chest opens. Open the hands all the way out. Turn towards that open hand palm. Bring it back in as your head goes in and step back forward. Draw your arrow, open it and twist. Bring it in and close. 3 more each side. Draw, open, warming up those necks a little bit as well. Make sure that that stomach is sucked in nice and tight. Once again, finding engagement throughout your feet on the floor. Just the range of motion that feels good for you. If it doesn't feel good, just twist your head all the way. Maybe you slept a little weird. Just work with what your body can bring to your practice today. Last one. And we're going to relax those shoulders. Don't worry. Awesome. Relax those arms down by your side. Shake it out. Let's actually just go ahead. Cross one arm and then the other on top of each other. 2 more times. And then we're going to turn this into banging the drum. So arms relaxed down by your side. Find the twist in your upper body. Find that engagement of your lower abs. So you're drawing in that area below your belly button. Really firming it up as much as possible. Sucking it in, squeezing it in. But as you can hear, I can still talk. There's still plenty of room for me to breathe. I'm actually finding the engagement of my abs and not just sucking my stomach in. If that is confusing to you, please reach out to me or any of the other health fitness specialists here at MITRE, and we are happy to chat with you about that abdominal engagement. Awesome. Shake it out once more. Let's go ahead and come into a nice little knee march. You can even think about starting to twist your elbow towards the side, continuing to warm up those obliques. Make sure that chest stays lifted as well right now, though. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to have you come into either just the lateral side-to-side step tap. If you're looking for something a little bit more intense, you can come into a boxer shuffle, but I did promise you no jumping today. So that's just an option if you want to take it. And let me show you what our 7 moves of the day are. Put them in the description, but I'm going to talk them through right now, and we'll talk about form a little bit more as we get into each move. So move number 1 is going to be an incline push-up. You're going to start with your thumbs about in line with your perky ideal teenage nipples, and you're going to place your hands, palms on the wall so that your elbows are pointing down towards the floor, not out towards the side. Then you're just gonna bring yourself forward. Your head comes towards the wall. If you need to, you can turn your hands in just a little bit, but still keep pointing those elbows towards the floor so that your inner arms brace by your rib cage. You can make this easier by standing closer towards the wall, and you can make it harder by standing further away from the wall. But I want you to keep this body in a nice long line. No butts coming out and then coming forward. Glutes are squeezed, shoulders are pulled down, and you're coming forward with a really nice engaged back. That's move number one. Move number two, hitting the floor. We've got ankle taps, so just gluing those feet down to the floor. You can open them as wide as feels comfortable for you today. Sucking that stomach in, pressing your lower back into the floor. You're just gonna reach up and tap your opposite ankle. Think about keeping your chin gently tucked towards your chest instead of stretching up towards the ceiling, which can start to bring some pain into your neck. And if you need to stay here with your head on the floor and just find as much reach as you can today, that's great, you find that reach. After that, we've got Supermans. So rolling over onto your belly, stretching your arms in front of you, eyes stay down towards the floor. You're gonna work to lift everything up at the same time and lower it down. If you can't lift everything up at the same time, can you do one arm, the other, and then the legs, or kind of bird dog it out right here, but keep your eyes down to the floor to keep wrinkles out of your neck. Next move is a rotational plank. You can do this one on your knees if you need to. Otherwise, you're gonna get your hands palms. Well, either way, you're gonna get your hands palms underneath of your shoulders. You might find as you rotate that it actually helps when you place your hand down a little more towards the center of your mat. Open yourself up, find a twist, gently bring your hand back down, and find a twist in the opposite direction. Next move, ab bikes. So coming onto your back. You can have your fingertips gently against the back of your head. As one knee comes up, you bring your elbow towards that knee. Really think about elbow reaching towards the knee and not just knee coming in towards your chest, which is a lot more just working that hip flexor, finding that lift right here. You can make this one harder by not having your heels on the floor and finding a hover, and also think about maybe taking a bigger bike. Next move. Last two moves are standing. We've got a shoulder fly, which we warmed up with. So just lifting out towards the side, keeping that chest lifted, slight bend of the knee, tuck of that pelvis under, big flat back. And then our last move is a tricep kickback. So feet about hips width distance apart. Find that nice flat back, starting with your arms braced by your side. You're just gonna reach behind you, extending through your pinkies, and bring it back in a nice controlled movement. Even if you don't have any weight in your hands, you can still think about squeezing your arms as if you're gripping something very tightly and pressing back to engage your tricep. Okay guys, those are the moves for today. Let's get started with that incline push-up. Find your space against the wall. You can separate your feet a little bit wider if you need to for a more stable base. Having your feet closer together is going to be a little bit more challenging. Get that placement of your hand palms. Elbows towards the floor, belly tight, nice straight line. We start in 3, pull your shoulders down. 2, suck in your stomach. 1, here we go. So your head is coming towards the wall. Think about your chest coming towards the wall. This nice, delightful straight line. Try not to turn or twist your head. You can even look towards your fingers. Yup, that's right. We got 2 tricep moves happening in today's workout. Starting the workout and also ending the workout with that tricep focus. Make sure your stomach is still sucked in nice and tight. Totally okay as you hinge forward, especially if your feet are a little further away, that you're coming up onto the toes, onto the balls of the feet, that your heels lift. Find that steady pace that you can stick with right here. Keep breathing. We're coming down to our last 10 seconds. Hopefully you found a distance from the wall that this is starting to feel challenging. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Hit the floor. 4, bump, bump, ankle taps. Bam. Laying down on your mat. Open up your feet. Pull that belly in tight. Press your lower back down into the mat. And if you can, try not not to stop at the center. Use your exhale as you get to that ankle to find that extra little crunch in your side. The more that you decrease that space between your lower rib and your hip, the more that you're really working into those abs and those obliques. What's happening with that belly? Is it still nice and tight? Suck it in. Use your breath. If you need to, you can always put that head down on the mat or closer towards the mat. The more that your chin is like that beautiful grapefruit towards your chest, the better that the back of your neck is going to feel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll over onto your belly. It's Superman time. Get there as fast as you can. Remember, option to do opposite arm, opposite leg. Maybe you're truly just focusing on your back today and you only want to do the upper body portion. We got 3 different sets today, you guys, so feel free to gently warm yourself up here. Maybe you're doing bird dog first. Maybe next set you're going to do just your upper body, and maybe the third set you put it all together. You decide how you're going to challenge yourself. What is challenge so that you can see change? You got to do the hardest thing. If you do the easiest thing, you're having fun, you're going to maintain, but if you want to see a difference, you got to push yourself. Keep it up, you guys. Find those shoulders away from your ears. Back is engaged. Glutes are squeezed, especially, oof, those legs are lifting. All right, next up, rotational plank. Oh my gosh, my knee hurts. Okay, all right, coming into our plank, maybe all you can do today is hang out in your plank. If you can get that rotation, think about the idea that bringing your hand palm in the center of your chest is going to give you a little bit more of a stable base. What's happening in your feet? Are your heels in line on top of your toes? Or are you starting to shift the weight back? Don't let those hips come up. If your hips come all the way up into the air, come into this modified plank. Come onto your knees, pushing those hips forward and finding that rotation. Way to go, you guys. Coming down to about the last 10 seconds. How can you push yourself right here? Maybe it's just hanging out in a plank, really challenging your upper body, your shoulders, your abs. 3, 2, 1, lay down, ab bikes, ab bicycles. There should not be any pressure of your fingertips against the back of your head. And if you're working or looking to work even harder, don't bring those knees in higher than your hips. Keeping your knees in line with your hips or even closer towards the end of your mat is going to challenge your abs even more. This is our last move on the floor, you guys. Then we got to stand up, get into those arms and shoulders, and then you got that 3-minute break to yourself. Isn't this amazing? All right, can you pick up the pace here for your last 15 seconds? Make sure you're still breathing though. You're still in control. The slower you move, the more you have to engage your muscles as opposed to momentum. 5, 4, 3, 2, grab your weight, stand up, right into that shoulder fly. As fast as you can, get to your feet, ground them, engage your core, slight tuck of that pelvis, chest lifted, back is engaged. Don't have that chest collapse as you lift up, back is engaged. Keep checking in with yourself using that exhale. Remember, you're only bringing your hands up to as high as potentially your shoulders that you can without noticing your shoulders leading the motion. If so, your weight might be too heavy if you're holding onto a weight. Ground through your feet. Keep breathing. Keep that chin in line with your chest. Keep your head forward. Back engaged. Open up that chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Who's ready for tricep work? Keep going, keep breathing. Here we are. All right, so taking that bend right here, slight bend in the knees, suck your stomach in, your hinge forward, and you're really thinking about squeezing at the very end. as if you're trying to straighten your arm and that your pinky finger might reach back and touch the ceiling. Check back in with your belly, check back in with your weight. Where is it? We kind of have like a little modified squat going on right here. Weights in your heels, ground your big toes, ground your pinky, and you're more than 2/3 of the way through right now. Find a spot to just focus your eyes on the floor in front of you. All you have to do is bend your arms to a 90-degree angle and then straighten. Oh, getting tired right here. Great news. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, circuit number 1 is done. All right, shake it out. 3 minutes to yourself. Make sure you get a little bit of water. Make sure you're hydrating. Great work, you guys. 1 down, 2 to go. Who got a little sweatier than they thought that they would? I'm bringing you these lower intensity HIIT workouts because I have to, because I live in an apartment above a crazy dude. But you know what? It's not all about being go, 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 high intensity all the time. Even this lower intensity is some work. Some work, bro. Gotta make it work with whatever we have. I'm gonna be real, I'm starting to actually miss going into the gym. I'm really missing everyone's energy. The music, weights higher than 3 pounds. Yeah, there is something to be said for that community aspect. All right, 1 more minute. Shake it out, find the stretch that feels good for you. Oh, feels so good. Getting into damn shoulders. This is just like that stretch we've been doing in yoga class lately. Great way to really stretch out pecs, chest, all that jazz. Okay, what time is it? 30 more seconds. I'm no liar. I said 3 minutes, so gonna give it to ya. Gonna give it to ya. Last of the shimmy shakes. Make your way back to your wall, your table, your chair, your couch, the floor, wherever you're doing your incline push up. Get those hands palms in line with each other. Activate your back. So shoulders already are engaged, belly is tight. A squeeze of your glutes. Pressing through your heels to begin with to engage your whole leg. Beautiful straight line, just like a plank. 3, 2, 1, belly in. Here we go. Maybe you can challenge yourself a little bit more this time. Maybe standing a little bit further away from the wall. All you can do is try it. If it didn't work for you, walk your feet in a step closer. If it did work for you, stay right here. Be proud of yourself for wherever you are. You can always try a little bit harder in the next set. Keeping those arms coming in close by your side. And remember, you're staying in a nice straight line. So your hips aren't coming in first and your chest isn't coming in with your feet staying planted on the floor. Remember, your heels can lift up. You're bringing a little bit more weight into your toes. A nice straight line. If you can't find that straight line, you just need to step in closer towards the wall and start a little bit smaller. No shame in finding the form and then finding the challenge. 3, 2, 1, hit the floor. 4, ankle taps. Oh my gosh. Get down there. I'm feeling really old right now. Well, I'm wasting time. That's the thing with this workout, you guys. Don't waste time between moves. Getting right into the next move. Here we are. Remember, you're using your breath. Exhale. See if you can reach a little bit further with that breath. Pull your belly in tight. Glue that lower back towards the mat. Still try to create some space. Shoulders away from ears. Remember, chin isn't stretched up towards the ceiling or else that's going to put more pressure on the back of your neck. And if you're feeling a lot of pressure on the back of your neck, just relax your head down. And still just work to find as much reach as you can. Having your head a little bit closer towards the floor can make this feel relaxing, but you can still find a deep reach through your fingertips towards your ankle. Yay! Superman's rolling over. Remember, maybe this time you're only doing your back. Maybe you're keeping your feet planted and just lifting that upper body, focusing so much on that lower back. Or maybe you're still going for everything lifting up together. Or maybe your wheelhouse today is just one arm, one leg at a time. Or maybe the second set you're challenging yourself to get both. Using that breath. Pubic mound presses down towards the mat to find as much lift as you can. If everything's coming up at the same time, eyes stay down towards the floor. Can you keep your biceps by your ears? Can you use your breath at the end to find a little bit of an extra lift? Well, make sure you're lowering down slowly, no crashing down towards the floor. Yay! Rotational plank. Press yourself up. Come into that plank. Create that space for yourself. Pull that belly in tight. Heels on top of the balls of your feet. Or you're down on your knees in a beautiful check mark. You're just finding that rotation. If having a straight arm isn't comfortable for you, you can do the same plank rolling on your forearms. Just make sure you're not in down dog. We don't have those hips high up towards the ceiling. You might even find that this forearm plank is a little bit more stable because I have so much more of my arm down towards the floor. I also find it's engaging a lot more of my back. Last 10 seconds. One more move on the floor. Those ab bikes. Then we get to stand up. Oh my gosh. Yay, ab bikes. Roll over onto your butt. Get into your back. Remember, if your knees stay further away from the center line of your body, you're going to get a little bit more continued work in those lower abs. That's also going to challenge you to bring your elbow closer towards your knee as opposed to your knee closer towards your chest. Knee closer towards your chest is working that hip flexor a little bit more. We are desk people. We are already working that hip flexor, you guys. Feel free if you need to even open your arm out towards the side to help press a little bit of your fingertip into the floor. Find a little bit more reach. What works for you and your body today? Oh, I forgot about the bike part. Oh, yay! Get your way to your feet. Shoulder fly. Arms out to the side again. Shoulders down and back. Chest lifted, belly tight. Remember, you can take that slight bend of your knees. You just don't want to totally lock those knees out. You don't want to be sticking that butt all the way behind you right now. We'll take that hinge in just a minute when we get that tricep extension. Just turn to the side so you can see. Doing my best to really take that overarching out of my back. That gentle tuck of my pelvis. The lift. Chin neutral towards your chest. Nice work, you guys. 10 seconds left right here. Yay! One more move, then a nice long break. Don't stop. Come right into it. Hinging at the hips, belly tight. Eyes focus on the floor in front of you. Find that extra squeeze. You really have to reach at the end. Extra little bit of lift through those pinky fingers. Make sure that chest is still really open. Shoulder blades, scapula squeeze together, space from shoulders away from your ears. You're finding as much length through the crown of your head, through your sacrum, through your tailbone as possible. Yes, you guys, almost there. Start to feel tired even if you don't have any weights in your hands, just squeezing your fists like Hulk rage. When can we socialize again? Hulk rage. Must hit group exercise. All right, you made it. Yay! Circuit number 2. Done. 3 minutes for you. Shake it off. Shake those shoulders out. Find the stretch that feels best for you today. My, oh my, oh my, oh. It's crazy how like 7 minutes of work can be so fast, but sometimes can also be so challenging, really just depending on your body, on the day, how you ate, how you slept, what's going on with work, were you able to clear your mind? That's what I love about exercise. I'm terrible about clearing my mind. But when I need to work out and my focus is on my breath and the engagement of my body, I don't have time to think about that other hoo-ha, you know? So I hope that you can join me in really finding the focus on yourself. This is your you time. Don't just waste it. Promise it's just water. I am open to any great white wine suggestions though. White wine, please. Something dry. Good times. 1 more minute. Oh. I feel like you guys can hear that from there. So much crunching and cracking. How is everybody feeling? Physically, how are your bodies feeling? Let me know after class if anything's feeling really sore or needs to be stretched. We'll focus on it for tomorrow's workout. Reminder that Monday is Memorial Day. We will still be posting a link to one of our videos. You can access any of our team's videos on YouTube at any time. Feel free to share those links with anyone you know who might need a little bit of movement, motivation, whatevs. Okay. Let's come back to the wall for round 3. Bam! All right, if you're challenging yourself, maybe you're stepping away a little bit further than you had been in the first 2 rounds. You're still gonna place those hands palms in line with your chest. Lift your chest, engage your back, suck your belly in. Squeeze your glutes. Press through your feet. 3, 2, 1, last round. Really work to find a consistent pace that you can stick with, and it should feel challenging. It should feel a little bit challenging. And you're breathing through it, and it's normal right now if your muscles are already starting to tremble because we've already worked these triceps specifically 4 times. This is our 5th time. And we're gonna hit them once more at the very end, and hopefully you feel this tomorrow. Way to go, you guys. Last 20 seconds right here. Finish strong. Stay tight. Everything in one line. If you need to, if you notice there's a lot of sagging or butt sticking out, take that step closer to the wall. These last 10 seconds. Be honest with yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit the floor. Hit the floor. 4 ankle taps. Bam! Ankle taps, just tapping it out. Suck your stomach in. Step number 1 is gluing that lower back towards the mat and pulling your belly in tight. Step number 2, think about what's happening with your chin. Holding that deliciously juicy grapefruit. You can bring your heels closer towards the center line of your body if you want. Doesn't really matter. We're focusing on those obliques right here. Oh yeah. Use your breath to reach a little bit further. Maybe even hang out there for a full second. Feel that squeeze. Nice work, you guys. Last 15 seconds. Then we get to roll over. Supermans, you're gonna work to put it all together if you hadn't before. 4, 3, 2, roll over. Superman. Who's your favorite superhero, you guys? When I was little, I had a Captain America cape. Honestly, can't even tell you who Captain America really is. But I had a Captain America cape. Definitely thought I could fly. Went up to the top of our swing set, jumped off. My father, the cardiologist, said I was fine. They gave me a bath and put me to bed. And the next morning, I got out of bed and just collapsed because I had broken 5 bones in my foot. Yep, and I pretty much learned that no, I can't fly. And that's when I gave up on Captain America. Yay! All right, plank rotations. Press yourself right up into that plank. Be on your knees if you need to be. Separate your feet a little bit wider if you need a more stable base. Keeping your feet a little bit closer together. It's just going to challenge your balance even more. Make sure you're getting those hands palms under your chest. Working to keep your heels on top of the balls of your feet. So the weight's not coming forward and the weight's not going back and your body's in a nice straight line. No hips up towards the ceiling. That's what happens when your heels come away from the balls of your feet. Your hips start to raise. If you find that's you, just bring those knees down towards the mat. Hinge forward at the hips. Make your body an awesome check mark. Because remember, we're really focusing right now on the shoulders and abs. You can still really get that stretch. Oh my God, do you feel it in your lats? Yay! One more time. It's what? The ab bikes. Okay. Rolling over. Remember, knees a little bit further away. It's going to be a continuous work on that lower belly. It's not about rushing through this. Working slowly. Think about 1 second for each side. That means you can get in 30 ab bikes in a minute. Make them effective. How close can you get your heel to the floor? And if you need a break, you're just bringing your knee and elbow towards each other and then releasing your heel to the floor is a little bit easier if you need that modification here in the last round. If not, let that opposite heel hover. Try to keep those knees away from the center line of your body. 3, 2, 1. Shoulder fly. Stand up onto your feet. Grab your weights if you got them. Open up your chest. Bend those knees. Belly tight. Focus your eyes. Come back to your breath. You've got it, you guys. Try to keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Lifting those shoulders up towards your ears tends to mean that weight's too heavy, and also that's something that we do when we're stressed. Stressed, anxious, breathing is inhaling, shoulders up towards your ears. This is our relaxing you time. So just find that spot, focus your eyes open, belly tight, feet ground right into the floor below you. Right out to the side in line with those shoulders. Ooh, yes. Upper body is starting to feel a little tired here. All right, hinging forward, suck your stomach in, nice flat back. Tricep kickback right here. So your upper arms stay glued to your body. The only thing that's moving is bending my elbow, straightening my arm, and when my arm is straight, an extra little reach back, almost like a pulse. Nice work, you guys. Open that chest. Engage that back, pull that belly in, find as much length as you can from the crown of your head through your tailbone. You've made it 2/3 of the way through. Can you keep going for the last 10 seconds? That's all I ask of the day, unless you're coming to the 4:30 this afternoon. 3, 2, 1, bam! Oh my God, we did it, you guys. We exercised. We exercised on a Thursday. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, take a second, shake it off. Wow, seriously, so much crunching and cracking in our body. Let's just come right into our stretch, you guys. Finding some space for yourself. Come back into those delightful arm swings like we started with. Starting off with some arms just swinging across the body. Nice. Now let's just bring it up and down. Up and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those hands down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Work to bring those hands palms together if you can. If you can't bring your hands palms together and you can just kind of interlace your fingers, that's fine. Whatever you've got here, start stretching that down towards the floor. Take a moment, take that extra arch out of your back. Pelvis tucked, hips forward. You can even tuck your chin towards your chest. Start to bring that stretch into your upper back, into the back of your neck. You can close your eyes or find one spot to relax your eyes, relax your mind, back to your focus on your breath, on yourself. Take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, release. Take a moment, shake it out. Inhale, both arms up overhead, sideways. Go ahead, bend your left arm. Bring your right hand fingertips to your elbow. Help to walk your fingertips down your spine and find this nice big tricep stretch. How much can you keep your chest lifted here? Do you have to collapse? One more big breath. And change, gently release. Stretch your left arm up. Bend your right arm. Start to walk those right hand fingertips down your back. Feel free to use your left hand to gently find that extra stretch. Find that lift. Take that over arch out of your back. Awesome. And change, gently release. Stretch your fingers up. Stretch all the way out towards the opposite walls. And let's find a wall. I know you had one because hopefully you did an incline press against it. We're going to stretch our arms out to the side in line with your shoulders. So starting with facing towards the door frame if you've got one, or the wall if you don't have one, you're just going to start to gently rotate and twist your hips to start to find a stretch in your shoulder. If this is really uncomfortable with the straight arm, you can do the same thing with the bent arm. Oh, I feel this much more intensely. With my bent arm, work to keep that elbow in line with your shoulder. Three, 2, 1. Untwist. Then release yourself away from the wall. Get the other side. Just finding that space, pressing yourself, elbow in line with your shoulder, hand palm in line with your shoulder if your arm is straight, and then just gently starting to turn your feet, rotating the opposite shoulder away, creating a delightfully large stretch. Great, take 2 more breaths right here. And gently walk yourself back towards the wall. Release your hand from the wall and come away. Yay! Let's take a nice little forward hinge. We'll get a little stretch of our legs because, you know, we did work that lower half a little bit. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing too. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, suck your stomach in. You can bend your knees. We're going to rain down forward towards the floor. If you can reach your fingertips down towards the floor, great. If not, you can grab hold of your opposite elbows and just allow those elbows to hang heavy towards the floor. As you can see, I still have a very generous bend of my knee, and I have my belly sandwiched on my thighs like a table. In fact, you can even bend your knees more. If you do find that you need to bend your knees more, think about bringing a little bit more weight into your heels just so those knees don't come past your toes. And if you feel good with your belly on your thighs, you can start to bring the weight into your toes as you stretch your hips up towards the ceiling, allowing that hairline to hang heavy down towards the floor. Belly on thighs, chest on thighs. Just a nice little tractioning stretch of your upper body. Awesome. Step your right foot out towards the right. Bring your hands, palms to the center. Keep your left hand planted on the floor and send your right arm up towards the ceiling. You can even turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Now I don't want you to keep the weight in your heels because as you can see, it sends your hips towards the back of the room. So bring a little bit more weight forward into your toes and feel free to place some weight into that hand palm that's on the floor as well, about in line with your chest. And change. Bring your right hand down towards the floor and switch. Send your left arm up towards the ceiling. Really stretch from your left hand fingertips up towards the ceiling, like you're going to try and touch it, like an equal opposite tug of war. Take one more deep inhale, and on your exhale, release your left hand down towards the floor. Take a nice bend in your knees. You might even need to bring your feet a little bit closer together. Weight comes into your heels, hands comes to your thigh. Drop your right shoulder down. Awesome. Use your breath. Change. Drop your left shoulder down. Great. One more time. Change. Get that chest hanging heavy towards the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in cow. Use your breath. Come into cat. Another time. Come on down into cow. Two more times. Cat. Ooh. Cow, and then slowly roll it up. One vertebrae at a time. Stack your head over your heart, shoulders over your hips. Let's take one more stretch. Interlace your fingers. This time press them forward. Take some rounding once more of that back. And even heel toe your feet back together. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, find the stretch that works best for you. Maybe even turning, twisting your head side to side. So you're bringing those arms down. Yay! Bam! That's it, you guys. Thank you all so much for coming for a nice little no jumping, upper body core ab focused HIIT circuit. I can't wait to see you guys all again soon. Please let me know if you have any questions, concerns, anything you particularly need to work on, and have a wonderful day.